The city of Chattanooga is promising changes after this happened at last fall's Chattanooga Motor Car Festival. For months, we've been asking questions, requesting these public documents, and looking for safety guidelines to pinpoint what went wrong that led to these course workers' devastating injuries. Tonight, in the third part of our investigation, finally, some answers to those questions from the city officials you pay to keep you safe. The backdrop of Chattanooga's riverfront can make any event memorable. But on this October day,
it's running a Chevrolet V8 engine.
It wasn't the cars on the course that Jeff Banker will remember. In fact, because of this split-second crash,
my memory is not what it was.
He can't recall anything about this orange barrier flying through the air. We later learned from the police report it wasn't filled with water. Jeff says the impact broke almost all of his ribs, both wrists, and changed his life forever.
It's been extremely painful.
After 4 months of asking questions, race organizers finally told us they left these barriers empty on purpose. Their reason? They say the barriers were, quote, not intended for safety purposes, only as directional markers for the drivers. After the crash, organizers removed the empty barriers and police interviewed the driver. This body cam footage is part of their investigative file.
It's not any kind of criminal investigation.
So who is tasked with determining what went wrong? The police report shows the NTSB said this did not meet their criteria to respond or investigate. Because Jeff is a volunteer and not a paid employee, workplace safety rules enforced by TOSHA are out too. That took us to Ben Taylor and the city of Chattanooga.
These are some of their drawings that they did showing where they'll be racing inside of this area.
Through open records request, we received hundreds of pages of documents, including the permit and traffic plan for the time trial. What this does not show, the empty water barriers on the course itself.
We didn't go in depth into the course review because, like I said, we wanted to leave that to the people that knew what they were doing.
Motor Car Festival organizers told us they, quote, relied upon experienced racing consultants to advise on the course. But the city says that won't be enough next year. For one thing, the city wants to be part of an on-site inspection.
What we want is someone, a professional organization, to certify that they believe this course design is as safe as it could be for what's going to be on the street.
And this time, they want it in writing.
Do you think that the city would allow them to use these water barriers empty on the course again?
Depends on where they are. So I wouldn't say no for anything like that because if they're anywhere where a vehicle could hit it, you create a projectile situation, so that would be negative.
Jeff has an attorney who's gathering evidence for a future lawsuit, but he says despite what happened here, he'd like to return to the track.
The adrenaline, it's just so much fun.
This time with the kind of memories that don't come with the scars he still carries. So what else is changing? The city is also adding Hamilton County EMS to their event planning. So if another accident like this happens, they'll know the fastest way to get to those hurt. And festival organizers are also promising safety changes, but they wouldn't sit down with us to explain or tell us specifics. They've already announced they'll be coming back after year 2, saying they, quote, have the full support of the city of Chattanooga. I asked Ben Taylor about that. He says as long as they meet the new requirements, they'll discuss it, but nothing is set on their end yet.